Welcome to this lesson that is lesson 1.4 on simplifying algebraic expressions by combining like terms. Please remember to fill out your note sheet while you do this lesson. So combining like terms, you may have seen this before, but if you haven't, it's pretty simple. We need to look at an expression like the one up here in the box and identify the variable terms and the constant terms. Variable terms are those terms that are terms with a variable, such as 7x, negative 5x, and 4x. Constant terms are terms without a variable, and those would include 3, 8, and negative 1. When we look at variable terms, we notice that they have a variable and a number next to the variable. The number next to the variable is called a coefficient. So in this example, 7 is a coefficient, negative 5 is a coefficient, and 4 is a coefficient. It's really important that you remember to keep the sign of a number with the number immediately following the sign. So this 7 is positive, 7x. The 5x, that's a negative 5x, and this 4x is a positive 4x. So let's look at simplifying the expression by combining like terms. That means we'll take the variable terms that have the same exact variable and combine them by adding up all of the coefficients. So in this example, 7x, negative 5x, and positive 4x will all be combined by adding together the coefficients. So 7 plus negative 5 is 2. Plus 4 is 6. So that'll give us 6x. Okay, again, we're just combining the coefficients of those variable terms. Now we can look at the constant terms. So positive 3 plus 8, that's 11, minus 1, that's 10. And that's it. We've combined the like terms by adding the coefficients of the variable terms and also adding up the constant terms. So let's take a look at the other examples. For number 1, 3x and 6x are like terms because they are both variable terms that have the same exact variable. We can combine these by adding together the coefficients. 3 plus 6 is 9, and that's 9x. X comes along for the ride. For number 2, let's look at what we have here. 7m and negative 5m are like terms. That 6 is a constant term. It's not a variable term. So let's combine the 7m and the negative 5m by combining the coefficients. 7 minus 5 is 2. So that's 2m. And we bring down the minus 6 because there's no other constant terms to combine with it. And let's keep trying some more examples. Number 3 is 5x squared plus 7x squared. These are like terms because they have the same exact variable term. They both have an x squared. So we'll combine the coefficients. 5 plus 7 is 12. So this is 12x squared. All right, number 4. Let's look for what we have in common. Like terms. Well, here are some x's, and here are some x's. Notice I'm keeping the negative with the 4, all right? Here are some y's and here are some more y's. Let's start by combining the x's. 26 minus 4 is 22, so that'll give us 22x. If we started out with 26 x's and we took away 4 x's, that left us with 22 x's. If we have 2y and we add another 10y, that'll give us 12y. And that's it. We can't combine these two terms because they have different variables. So we'll stay there with 22x plus 12y. Let's look at number 5. What do we have in common? Well, all of these terms have the same variable expression. They all have an x cubed. So let's combine all of those coefficients. I'm going to do an 8 minus 7, that would be 1, plus 16, that would be 17. So this is 17x cubed. Okay, Moving on to number 6. Let's see what we have in common here. Any like terms? Well, I see one term with an x squared. I don't see any others. I see one term with a y squared. I don't see any others. But I do see two terms with an xy. So these two variable terms can be combined because they have the same variables with the same powers and everything. So I'll bring down the x squared. I'll combine plus 2 and negative 7 because I'm combining the coefficients. So plus 2 minus 7 is minus 5, and that'll be xy. And plus 4y squared. All right, and we stop there because we can't combine any more of those terms. There are no more like terms. All right, let's take a look at some more examples. I'm looking at number 7, a squared plus 7ab minus 10ab plus 3. The like terms I see here are plus 7ab and minus 10ab. So I'm going to bring down the a squared, and I'm going to combine these coefficients. Positive 7 minus 10 would be minus 3ab, and I'll bring down the plus b squared. And that's it. That's as much as we can simplify this. Next, 8. We've got a squared b term and another a squared b term. All right? We can combine these. Negative 4 plus 10 is 6a squared b. And then we bring down the plus 7. And that's it. That's as good as we can get. Last example on this page. I've got some x squareds. Remember, I'm keeping the negative with the 3. And I've got some plain x terms that can be combined. So let's combine the x squares. 4x squared minus 3, that's just 1. So I've got 1x squared. Plus 2x plus 8x is plus 10x. And that's it. Okay? And my last two examples are applications of how to use combining like terms. So to find the perimeter of any shape, that means to add up all the sides. So in this case, we're going to add up 2x plus 1, that would be this side, plus x, that would be this side, plus 3x, that would be this side. Okay, we're going to add up all three sides. Well, look, we can combine like terms to simplify this. We have a plus 2x, a plus x, and a plus 3x. Let's combine those variable terms. 2x's plus 1x, that's 3, plus 3 is 6, so I'll get 6x. Notice that if you don't see a variable in front of this x, it's a 1. So when I'm combining those coefficients, I have 2 plus 1 plus 3, that gave me 6. That's 6x. And I can bring down the 1, and that's an expression for the perimeter. Okay? There's the perimeter. Let's do the last one. This is a little trickier. Don't forget, perimeter means adding up all the sides, which means we need to consider that this side is the same as the other, y plus 2, and the side on the bottom is 3y minus 5. So what we're going to do is add up all the sides. So I'm going to add up all the sides, working my way around. So I have a y plus 2, a 3y minus 5, another y plus 2, and another 3y minus 5. So let's combine like terms. So I've got a y here, a plus 3y here, another y here, and another plus 3y here. And then I have some constant terms, a positive 2, a negative 5, another positive 2, and another negative 5. So let's add up the y terms. This is like a 1y, so is this one. So let's add the coefficients. I've got 1 plus 3, that's 4, plus another one is 5, plus another 3 is 8. So I have 8y. And our constant terms, I have a positive 2, minus 5 would be negative 3, negative 3 plus 2 would be negative 1, and negative 5 would make it a negative 6. All right, so I need to combine all the like terms. So that concludes this lesson on combining like terms. Please return to Schoology to do the check-in.